Welcome back to the Abbie Cakes YouTube channel. Today we are going to be making donut cake pops. So it's actually going to be a cake pop in donut shape and decorated just like a donut. So let's start with your cake pop dough. It should already be rolled. These are weighed out at about 30 grams, anywhere between 30 and 32. And we are going to shape them into a donut, which is really easy. So I've got these just rolled into balls already, and I am going to just push down on them a little bit to flatten them. Make sure there's not any cracks when you push down. So they look like that. And you could take your finger and just push down to create the little center of the donut, or use your ball tool and make a little indentation and go a little bigger. So it looks like that. You don't want to push all the way down because you still need enough room to put your stick in there and not go through. So I'm going to soften up a little here where I made the indentation, just so it doesn't look so sharp. Okay, and once they're shaped, you can take your cake pop stick, and I usually hold where my divot is in the indentation that I made, just to ensure my cake pop stick does not go through the hole. So this little ball tool is actually for fondant and gum paste work, but it comes in handy for other things. You can pretty much get it at any local craft store or online. This is a fancy one. Most of them are plastic. This one is not, but I like it. It's very heavy duty and it's lasted me a great deal of time. So these donut cake pops, we are actually gonna go Christmas theme with them. I'm going to drizzle alternating red, white, and green candy melts, and then do Christmas sprinkles. So they'll be Christmas chocolate donuts when they're all done. So obviously these aren't really donuts, they're a play on donuts, but we love cake pops around here and we love donuts. So we've combined the two doing this. If you want to see any more kinds of creative cake pops that we've done, please pop over to our Instagram at Abbie Cakes Co. All right, so we are going to melt our dark chocolate candy melts and get those ready for us to dip our cake pops into. We're going to melt our red, white, and green candy melts that we are going to use for drizzle onto the donut cake pops, and we'll put them in piping bags. Okay, so our chocolate is melted and we are ready to start dipping. So weighing them around 30 grams means they're not so heavy that they're going to fall off the stick when you dip. So this really is the perfect size. All right, let's go in here. And you just want to make sure that you shake off enough of the excess that you still have your indentation that you made to look like a donut. Sometimes if it piles up here and you don't shake off enough, it doesn't look like you have that indentation anymore, and then you lose your donut shape. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Best for dipping is a cake pop that is maybe slightly chilled, but close to room temperature, and then chocolate that is also room temperature. If you have one really hot, one really cold, sometimes you'll get a crack in your cake pops. But if everything is close to the same temp, you should be pretty good for no cracks. All right, so it's a little bit hard to see here, but just because it's still shiny and wet, but there is still the indentation for the donut. And once we add our drizzle to it, it'll definitely look like a donut cake pop. If you have any air bubbles in here, you can take a little pin or a toothpick and pop them as you go. I love this cake pop stand. The holes are nice and evenly spaced that I have room to put my cake pop back in. None of the chocolate is going to hit. And the holes are very, very sturdy. They're not flimsy, it just goes nice and tight in there so they don't move. When you are tapping off the extra chocolate, just try and be gentle. I mean, you can go at your normal speed here, but you don't want your cake pop to fall off of the stick. If you are working with room temperature chocolate and it's not super warm still, you may have to remelt a couple times. You can see here, I've got some chocolate pieces from the side of my container that are pretty cold now and set, so I'm gonna remelt and then let it sit for a few minutes so it comes back to room temperature and we can dip again. Sometimes if you're working with actual chocolate, they get sticky in the fridge and you don't have as much time to work with them. So I prefer the candy melt version, just flavored milk chocolate. These would be perfect if you were making a donut cake for a donut party and you could throw these on top, even mixed in with real donuts. That would be so cool. We've done cakesicles on a cake before and they're really, really cute. It makes the cake a lot of fun. Looks very delicious, fun, candy. So when I'm tapping here or I'm shaking it out, it's just to kind of even out my chocolate so I don't have any spots where it's pulling in one area. So if you are trying to prepare and get everything ready for your cake pops, the one thing that you should wait to do till the very last second is pour your extra chocolate for decorating into your piping bag right before you do it. Sometimes the candy melts set so fast that it will harden in the bag, and then you'll have to put the bag in the microwave or put it in a hot cup of water, and it's just kind of a pain. So wait till you're ready to use it to do that. Okay, our donut cake pops are ready for us to decorate. So we are going to take this tip here. This is an Ateco 809. It doesn't have to be this exact size, but something very similar that just has an open circle. We are going to place it over the center of the indentation that we made, and then we are gonna start piping. And we're trying to make just these natural donut drips. Okay, and I'm gonna tap just a little bit here. Pull up, and then I can add more if I want. It's just to kind of give us that circle, and we don't really want any of the chocolate to go all the way in the center here and ruin our circle of the donut. And just tapping a little bit makes the drip fall. We'll add some sprinkles. Put a little gingerbread man on there. Now, no donut is perfect, so your drizzle doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and there we have it, donut cake pop. All right, let's move on to another color. Put our tip down. Because these cake pops take a little bit of time decorating here, I would keep a hot water bath next to you for these colored chocolates so that they don't dry up while you're waiting to decorate the next one. All right, we are all finished with the donut cake pops. They look very, very cute. We went with a chocolate donut, if you will, and then red, white, and green drizzle and matching sprinkles. If you have any questions, tips, comments, please let us know, and don't forget to like and subscribe.